Hi Արաքսյա
Բարև Պարոն Վարչապետ, շատ ուրախ եմ, խնդրում եմ նստեք։
Հպարտ, հայություն, ողջունում եմ ձեզ։
What did you think of the welcome you received yesterday from the Armenian diaspora?
Our community, Armenian community, received warmly my messages as Prime Minister of Armenia, because my messages were about our national life, what our national lives views about our strategy, what should we do to improve and develop our country and to make more proud our nation.
I have a question I've often wondered about. Why did you start your movement in Gyumri?
Why?
Why Gyumri?
Because Gyumri is a second city in our country, and we needed to have a way which will be convenient to reach to Yerevan within 13 or 14 days. Gyumri is a very important city for us. Actually, the center of culture, architecture, and craft, and it was very important, and second biggest city of our country.
Did you ever imagine when you began your movement you would be sitting here as Prime Minister? And were you ever nervous that you preached the message for everyone to maintain a peaceful protest? I know myself watching this from thousands of miles away, I was always nervous every morning that someone might have done something and that would change and make the entire protest unravel. Did you have thoughts like that?
But we had several cases when there were some organized disorders, and I announced that those disorders were being organized by authorities, and so it was like a movie presentation. So I always was sure that we would be able to keep situation under control, because since a moment, maybe it from middle of April, it was clear that our society received, understood our message, and our society is ready to make real changes. And from very beginning, I couldn't be sure that I would be Prime Minister, and it wasn't a goal to be Prime Minister. It was just to do our best to make our country better. Maybe as a result of that attempt, I would be in prison one more time, and I was actually one day spent in prison, but it didn't matter for us, for me, and even now, be or not to be Prime Minister, it isn't issue. The issue is to make our country better, and we will do our best for that.
How difficult is it to fight corruption? You have said in the past there is no halfway fight.
I think it's not surprising that we have a huge resistance by the former elite to stop our government in a way in the process of fighting corruption. But we won't stop. There is no doubt on that.
What were some of the unexpected challenges that you faced after the revolution?
There isn't any unpredictable or unexpected challenges, because we knew our country, we knew what's going on in our country, and in the vote, so there is no any surprise.
You came to power with strong promises of reform in Armenia, and you've wanted to turn that political revolution into an economic revolution. How is that plan going so far?
Quite good, because we have now, especially now, we have very good economic dynamic, and now the predictions on our economic growth is improving with every month, and now I'm sure that we will succeed in our economic revolution, especially when I see how what is the reaction of our people to government's messages. It's very important to create a real dialogue between government and society, because I think our society, our citizens, especially after political revolution, they understood that there is nothing more crucial than everyone's personal effort to make differences, and they saw that, and they experienced that during political revolution. Because what is the most important effect of our revolution? That every citizen understood that he or she is very strong, and especially when society, citizens are able to come together, there is no any force that would be able to fight them.
Is the average Armenian happier today?
We have a quite big unemployment rate, but within last year we have 75,000 new workplaces. It's approximately 10% of workplaces altogether. And now our work market is improving, and we have quite interesting investment dynamic. And what is very important, we had legislations on tax code and in our legislation to make the ecosystem for small businesses more attractive, more positive, to invite people, not to wait who will open a workplace for them. Our message is that everyone could do this for himself. So, and I think now it's this message and this idea is working.
Do you see a peaceful resolution in the near future through dialogue with Azerbaijan?
We are ready for that. And my message is that every solution of Nagorno-Karabakh conflict should be acceptable for people of Armenia, for people of Karabakh, and for people of Azerbaijan. And by the way, I'm first Armenian leader who says that solutions should be acceptable for Azerbaijani people as well. And for that, I was criticized in Armenia. And now, but it is very important step toward the peace process for peaceful settlement of Nagorno-Karabakh conflict. And now I'm waiting Azerbaijani President Ilham Aliyev to say and to adopt the same formula, that every solution of Nagorno-Karabakh conflict should be acceptable for people of Azerbaijan, for people of Nagorno-Karabakh, for people of Armenia. If my Azerbaijani colleague would accept this formula, we will be very close to the peace settlement of Nagorno-Karabakh conflict.
How has your family adjusted to being in the public eye?
It's quite complicated and very difficult, especially for my children. But they are trying to manage this situation.
Would you like to come back to the United States? And if you would come back next time and you had some more time, some free time, what would you like to do? What would you like to see?
Yeah, maybe. This kind of visits for me aren't a chance to see some places, etc. It's a working time, and if I would have more time, I would work more with potential investors, with Armenian community, etc., etc.
And lastly, change often takes time. Sometimes it's difficult and people lose patience and are impatient because they want immediate results. Speaking about the big change that has taken place in Armenia, are you worried that people will become impatient?
To be honest, no, because I think we have people see what are we doing, why and how, and to be honest, I think and I believe, and that's obvious, that we have very tangible, concrete results, and so people see that we are in the process of the huge changes, and those changes are bringing concrete results with them. So I have no any I have no any doubt about that.
Thank you very much.